Hey guys, Pontic here, and today I'm going to be showing you a tournament match I did, part of Sith Blues tournament, one of my fellow Sith members. I'm not facing him, it's just his tournament he put together. It's a 64 or 32, I think it's 64. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 64. Regardless, I'll probably post the Steam group where you can see the rules and everything if you're interested in that. And I know a couple other YouTubers are posting battles from the tournament too, so. Anyways, as you can see, I chose the Nomads, which is something you probably don't see too often, but Nomads were allowed. And even more shocking, you see infantry with the Nomads, which was also allowed. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too much more into infantry for the Nomads because, but yeah, anyways, it's pretty interesting. Adds kind of a new dynamic, but yeah, 6 armored spears from actually the Getae. 4 of these Steppe Noble Lancers, a Sarmatian Royal Lancer, 3 Sarmatian Horsemen with a Sarmatian Raider, and then 3 Amazonian Riders with a Steppe Noble, or not Steppe Noble, just Steppe Horse Archer, as you can see. So, yeah, my force is completely hidden except for my archers, horse archers. I'm slowly moving them forward, as you can see. Just gonna take my time with my horse archers. And my opponent, he actually got first pick, choosing the Getae, which is kind of an interesting choice because, I don't know, the Getae isn't something you see chosen too often, so, or at least I don't. But yeah, that's what he chose. And when I chose a Nomad faction, he obviously chose a counter to it. He brought 7 spears, 2 of them 4 spear warriors, 3 spears. He got 6 of these heavy bowmen, and then 5 noble swords, plus 2 boat horsemen. So I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward because as you can see this battle is over 20 minutes long and most of that is just skirmishing. As you can see, try to take that. No, I guess I'll just move the angle a little bit. You'll notice with my horse archers, you really just move in, let them shoot, and then pull out. And that's really the best way to use horse archers because he moves his Dacian heavy bowmen, but they're never going to hit my horse archers because by the time I get into range, because these Amazonian riders have 150 range, which is great. So by the time they do get into range and I just turn around, they can fire as they're running away, which is great. And yeah, so by the time the heavy bowmen are actually firing, you see most of it just lands short. So starting to rack up a good number of kills on his spears here, and I don't think I've taken any losses yet. Yeah, still at full strength. So I'm slowly moving my force forward. See, most of them are still hidden. I think I'm kind of starting to come into view now for the most part. But yeah, my opponent's kind of just sitting back. Not much he can do against Nomads because 1, he really doesn't know what my force is over here. And 2, if he would just to start running, it would just allow his backs to be opened up and I would just get shots off. So he does try to chase me with his bow horseman, but as you can see, got quite a few kills on his men there, and I don't think I lost very many at all. I have 10 losses on that one unit, but none on my other 3, I don't think. If they stop moving, I have 1 there, and I did lose 1 there. Okay, so 2 losses in total over here, so not that bad. Yeah, so continuously moving forward, just getting as much kills as I can with my horse archers. Let me talk a little bit about my build then, while this is going on in the background. So yeah, 6 armored spears, which great units. Well, not great, but I mean they can hold. You can see their melee defense is high, armor's pretty good, and that's really they're all there for. I mean they're not my killing power because they're not going to be able to kill elite swords. So my killing power is my horsemen, which as you can see I brought quite a bit, and really pretty basic I guess strategy of using my swords to hold. But before that, I'm going to use my 4 Lancers to actually charge into his infantry to negate their charge bonus. Then pull out and then move in with my swords. And then I'll have these 2 horses go around, and then I'll drag these 2 out, bring them around. These 2 would go around this way, drag those 2 out like that. So I would have 4 horses on each side plus my general I could send either way for support. Now, one reason that I chose the Roxolani is because these cheap melee cavalry, I think they're 660, and then the even cheaper Sarmatian Rider is like 330 or something. But all of them the cheap one and the slightly more expensive one, but still 660, which is still pretty cheap, I would say. I'll have Draco, which is awesome. And what it does is, if you don't know, takes away the enemy's bonus versus large. So he didn't have any cavalry, so I could still use it on spears, which I don't realize at first, but then later on I try and realize it does still negate their bonus versus large. And I mean, for cheap units like that, it was awesome to have that. So yeah, still kind of just toying with him, moving in, getting what shots I can. He did try to use his bow horsemen again, but as you can see, they got pretty heavily, they took a lot of casualties, I should say. So yeah, he'll move up a little bit now and then. At first I was kind of moving back, but at this point, all four of my horse archers are about out of ammo. I'll go ahead and put this on play. As you can see, I'm putting my charge orders, my lancers. And in a second, I'm going to charge in actually with my horse archers. You can see, I don't know if I've given the orders yet, no. But I'm going to charge into these weakened spears. At the same time, I'm charging from the front. And I'm going to swing around and basically just try to envelop him completely. So yeah, he isn't actually charging at all, so I'm not sure if this was necessarily necessary. Charging my lancers into stationary noble swords, which they weren't braced because they have fire at will on. And I don't really get that many kills. There's 3 there, 4 there, 6 there. And I lose quite a bit of horses to the javelins. I think one unit actually lose like 40. Yeah, I only have 20 left there. But regardless, that's what I did. So charge my spears in right afterward. See, I got my horses going around. I'm charging into the back of the spears here. Same thing on this side, charging in over here. Got my spears going in to hold up his spears and bringing all my other cav around. And just trying to completely envelop him and then come in from the back with his weakened spear units that I took apart pretty well with my horse archers. Breaking them and then getting into his back lines, as you can see. See, some of my horse archers, they're not going to last long in melee combat, but they did their job, I would say. Got a good number of kills. Now, my spears are not going to be able to hold out forever because noble swords are just ridiculous. They're really good units. And as you can see, I don't know if I've gotten like any kills on some of these. This one's still at 116. I've only gotten 4 kills with my iron spear there. But yeah, my general is able to get into the back, as you can see. Start just disrupting his archers, getting him out of the way. I drop Draco, which is nice to be able to take away their bonus versus large. And I have 4 horsemen who have Draco, or Draco, however you want to say it. So with 4 horsemen with that, I can use each of them one at a time to prolong that bonus for myself. Yeah. So yeah, once again, see, I pull it out, charge back in, pull these guys out, charging them back in, charging in over here. Still got my spears holding out, but starting to take quite a bit of losses. See, this one's already starting to waver and it's going to break pretty soon. But yeah, see, there's only about 4 minutes left, but it's all just going to be about the same thing. Not much more is happening. So, yeah, this does his bow horsemen, some spears. Yeah, but I'm just going to continuously be charging in and out. See, these cav unit actually came back from routing, and I don't notice them at first, but in a second I will. Same with, he's going to have some spears over here come back from routing in a second. See, starting my spears from the front are starting to break, so I throw my lancers at him, try to hold them up, get as many kills as I can before pulling out again. So this spear's running around, try to get some cool cinematic shots for y'all. These horses are really cool looking. Look how they have horns on them. Oh wow. That was pretty cool, actually. I didn't know that was an animation. I've never seen that before. So yeah, for the most part, wrapping up this end, but he has superiority on this side with his general and then some spears. Still got his archers who's pulled away, and they're going to start firing in. So yeah, I finally bring this lancer back and try to disrupt him over here. And in a second, I'll go after his horse archers. His Dacian heavy bowmen. But yeah, I go ahead and just charge into these spears, and they're going to get obliterated. Go ahead and see if I can select my general. Yeah, here we go. Just see if we can get this charge here off. Charging into the back of these noble swords. It's more like a side, I guess, from this angle. Yeah. Pretty cool. Did quite a bit of damage with those charges, too. See, it's actually starting to rout. So yeah, I'll let y'all just kind of watch this. I mean, I don't really have much more to say. I guess I could talk about the tournament a little bit. Yeah, a couple of the YouTubers will be posting some of their stuff too. I'm not sure. Who was it? Yeah, I can't remember. I think Prussian Prince, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it should all be in the rules. So basically, the first two rounds are best of one. So you have one shot to basically beat your opponent, which is interesting because, I mean, normally, you know, the first match you kind of just see what your opponent's like, and then you can adjust for the second round and even the third round. But best of one, and then I think round 3 is best of 3, and then the last 2 rounds are best of 5. And if you win with a faction, you can't reuse them, which at first didn't apply to the Nomads, but it applies to Nomads too. Once you use them, if you win with the faction, you can't use it again. So that's interesting. You have to really make sure you choose your factions carefully, because, you know, if you go first round with really good faction like Tillis or Boei, you know, when it gets to the end of the tournament, you're not going to have those left, and that's definitely going to be hard on you. So, yeah. See, I did have Draco dropped again, and I've basically cleared up most of his noble swords now. He has 2 left, plus a bow horseman, and I think a spear warrior out here, and I'm finishing up his last archers. So, charge my spears into him, which 18 there and 87 there. Really taking a beating. Spread my horsemen around from all sides, and then just charge in again. Just charge again from my general's perspective. See all the cap coming in from all sides. Not much his noble swords can do against all this chaos. And yeah, clearing up what's left with his spears in the background. My horses are. His bow horsemen being chased off, but he'll end up routing once his 2 noble swords venture out. And yeah, that's the end of the battle. It's a good game to my opponent, whatever his name is. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that at all. But you notice his spears didn't get too many kills, and his archers really didn't get that many kills either. It was all on his noble swords. All over, okay, except these 2, they all got over 150. But yeah, looking at my archers did pretty good. My horse archers doing pretty good. And then most of it, you know, my spears didn't really do much. This one, these 2 actually got pretty good amount of kills, but the rest not that great at all. But they were just there to hold. Mainly my cavalry getting most kills. This one over 200, that's really good. My general did pretty good for not very many losses either. So, yeah. My next round should actually be taking place this week, whenever my opponent, you know, gets back to me. But definitely post that one too whenever that happens. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.